Good morning, Congo Crowley and Congo Cooper. This is Sister Lindsay, and welcome to your first online lesson for math. Today is March 18th, 2020, and let's get started. As we go through these next couple of weeks, with our online cyber lessons, you're going to see that the video for math is going to be broken down into three pieces. The first piece is the application problem, and then that is our warm-up with our word problem. You have that in your packet that you'll be able to follow along and model. Next thing we'll do is our vocabulary, and we'll discuss that along the way. And then you have the concept. Lastly, I will model for you how to address the problem set, your assignment after this lesson. So let's get started. Our topic for today is going to be data interpretation. Our objective for today is going to be collect, sort, and organize data. Then we will be able to ask and answer questions about a number of data points. Don't worry if some of those words seem a little strange to you. We will address that in our vocabulary portion. Let's get started with our application problem. This is actually on the first page of your packet and under today's date, and is labeled application problem. So read along with me. There were 14 items on the table to measure. I already measured 5 of them. How many more items are there to measure? Now we know that each time we get a word problem, we need to attack it with our cube strategy. The C stands for circle the numbers. So take a look at your application problem and take a second to circle your numbers. It should look like this. We circled the 14 and we circled the 5. Those are the only numbers in this problem. The U stands for underlining the question. Take a second, find the question, and underline the question in this word problem. It should look like this. How many more items are there to measure? All right, and let's go and let's find some keywords that will help us know what we need to do. I see a word that's telling me that there is part of something that is already used, and that word is already. Let's box that. Then I see words, how many more? And how many more tell me that I need to find the difference. I need to find a difference between the total number and the number that I already used. All right. So I want to do this with a model. Now 14 is my total. 5 is the number that I already used. So on this model, I want to draw a total number of 14 and cross out 5, showing that I already used them. All right. So let's draw our model at this time. All right, so I have drawn 14. And now I'm going to cross out 5 of them. Like so. All right. Let's count and see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And just to make sure that we're on point with that, I want to double check. So I want to make sure I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning, make sure I actually drew 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Make sure I crossed out only 5. 5 and only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm good so far. And let's recount to make sure that I have the correct answer right in my model. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, now let's build our number sentence. I started out with 14, so my number sentence is going to start with 14. I crossed out 5, I took away 5. My next number is going to be 5, and that equals 9. And I'm going to end it with a statement. There were 9 more items to measure. All right, so your model should look like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good warm-up. Let's go into our vocabulary portion. All right, so again, our topic is data interpretation, and we will be collecting, sorting, and organizing data in order to answer and ask and answer questions about that number data information. All right, so there are a couple of words that you need to know in order to be able to do that. And the first word is data. And data is simply the information collected. What information are we using? That's all data is. All right. The next word is table. And table is an organizer to clearly show data. A table has to be easy to read and easy to understand. It has to be organized in a way that the person who is looking at it can ask and answer questions quickly and easily from that table. Yay. The next vocabulary word is tally marks. And tally marks are lines in groups of 5 used to show number data. All right, so let's get started. I got some information from you guys about your favorite read aloud books. And I believe I made a great table to show you all of that information. Here is my table. Now, as you can see, I have a title. I have a title on my table which says favorite read aloud book. And then I have all the information that I got. But when I ask myself a question of how many people who had the most books, which book had the most people who liked it, it kind of takes me a while. Why? Because this table is not clear. It's kind of scattered all over the place. I need to organize it. Remember, a table is an organizer that clearly shows the data. This does not clearly show the data. I want to take my vocabulary. So I have my data here. I now need to use a table, and I'm going to use tally marks to show the number of people who liked each one of these books. Let's try this out. So here is my table. Again, I have my title, but now I have these categories here. I have each book that we are collecting data on. All right, so I have Cool Cuts, Fly Guy, and Hair Love. All right, so I'm going to look back at my first attempt at a table. And I'm going to go through it and I'm going to count how many people like Cool Cuts. All right. So Cool Cuts had 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, it's kind of taking me a while to find that information on my first table because it's not organized. But I found that I had 4 people who liked that story. So I'm going to use my tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tally marks go straight up and down like the letter L, lowercase l, okay? So I have 4 tally marks here. Why? Because 4 people liked Cool Cuts. Let's go back to the table. So now I need to find how many people liked Fly Guy. All right, let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now, I said that tally marks are in groups of 5. 6 is more than 5. So this is the first time you'll be able to see how tally marks are used to be put in groups of 5. So let's go ahead and let's do this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when I get to my 5th one, I'm going to draw a line from the top left-hand side to the bottom right-hand side like this. Now, when I see tally marks grouped together like this, I automatically know that this is 5. Automatically know that this is 5. All right. But Fly Guy had 6, so I just add another tally mark. And now 5, 6. It's similar to counting on. If you had that same thought in your mind, kiss your brain. All right, so let's go ahead and let's find out how many people liked Hair Love. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's my group of 5. All right, so I now can ask and answer questions. So I'm taking a look at my table, which is clearly organized now. I want to know which book had the most people who said it was their favorite. If you said Fly Guy, kiss your brain. I have 5, 6 people who liked Fly Guy. Cool Cuts had 4, and Hair Love had 5. Okay, so here's another question. How many people liked Cool Cuts or Hair Love? Now, to attack this question, I need to really think about what it's asking me. This question wants to know this or this. Now, strangely, or is your key word. Or is telling you that if they like this one, count it in. And if they like this one, count it in. So, Cool Cuts had 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one had, I don't even have to count. I see that line through that group. That means that it's 5. So 5 plus 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people like Cool Cuts or Hair Love. All right, so that's going to conclude the concept portion. And we're going to move on to our problem set. So our problem set for today, you are going to do the exit ticket and the problem set. So for the problem set, it says a group of people were asked to say their favorite color, organize the data using tally marks, and answer the questions. So at the top of the page, you have a lot of data here, which is just as disorganized as it was before. And you have to take this information and use tally marks and put it where it belongs. Then you have 5 questions that you need to answer. These questions ask you how many like this color, how many like that color, which one received the least amount of votes, that means the smallest amount, who received the smallest amount of votes. And then you're going to use a number sentence to see the total number of people. So that means you're going to count all of them and give me the number sentence. You're going to add those color numbers together. All right. Now let's have a conversation about the exit ticket. The exit ticket should be in your packet and should look like this. There will be a video where you'll only see the exit ticket and us going over it. And before I conclude, let's just touch on it. And then you can click to the next video if you need to get a clearer understanding of it. So it says a group of students were asked what they ate for lunch. Use the data below to answer the questions. Now, on the exit ticket, we do not have tally marks. We have just straight up numbers. So it says that sandwiches, 3 students, salads, 5 students, pizza, 4 students. You're going to You're going to read and answer the 4 questions using the data from the table. All right. And the last question says, write an addition sentence for the total number of students. Again, that means everybody counted in. Take all of the categories and put them together. Yay, Bo? Yay, Bo. All right, so that concludes your first math lesson. You did it. Not that hard, right? All right, so enjoy getting your work done, and remember to stay safe, and remember to wash your hands. This has been Sister Lindsay, and I'll see you soon.